Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on Rahu transits 2017. And so far we have discussed the moon signs of Cancer through Scorpio, and today we'll be discussing the moon sign of Sagittarius and what will be the effects of this Rahu transit into the zodiac sign of Cancer from Leo. As we know that it moves backwards. Rahu and Ketu always move in the retrograde motion, so Rahu has actually moved backwards from Leo into Cancer on August the 18th 2017 for the next 18 months. Okay, so we are going to be talking about this transit of the moon sign of Sagittarius. Now on the screen you can see number 9 placed on the first house or the ascendant, but please do not get confused with it, because this video is about the moon sign of Sagittarius, not for Cancer ascendant people. Okay, because as per the ancient Vedic astrological texts, transits or the effects of transits, or gochara as it's called in Sanskrit, should only be considered from the moon sign and not from the ascendant. So this 9 number is where your moon is placed. So open your birth chart, your natal birth chart, and in case you see your moon at the time of your birth placed where number 9 is written, which means Sagittarius, then this video is for you. Now there are several different opinions by different astrologers, and they say that one should look at transits from the ascendant as well. So look at it from ascendants, but there are no guarantees. Some astrologers say that they have felt that if you look at the transits from the ascendants, they give similar effects, but I will not guarantee it. Okay, so it should only be looked. Transits should only be looked from the moon sign if you were to follow the ancient scriptures. So as we know that Rahu is a very important transit. Why? Because it's a first class malefic, and also it is going to stay in one zodiac sign for about 18 months, so it makes it even more difficult for people to deal with Rahu energy. As we all know, it's a malefic of the malefics. Some people consider it even more malefic than the malefic planet Saturn. It's a Rakshasa, it's a demon, and so it gives us all kinds of malefic effects. Not every time, sometimes you get positive as well, but mostly, Rahu effects are very, very malefic, and it functions on materialistic plane. So the most effects are going to be felt in your materialistic plane, or materialistically you will be affected most by Rahu, as compared to Ketu, where Ketu is more on a spiritual plane. But anyway, that's another discussion. So let's see what effects will be felt by the moon sign of Sagittarius starting August the 18th for the next 18 months. So for the moon sign of Sagittarius, Rahu will be moving into your 8th house. Okay, because the sign of Cancer falls in the 8th house, and this is extremely difficult time. I'm sorry, I don't have great news for you. This time could give you a lot of challenges related to your health. Okay, because 8th house, as we know, is a house of longevity. It's going to attack your longevity in some way or the other. Accidents, health, major chronic illnesses, these are the kind of things you're going to be feeling in case your moon sign is Sagittarius. I'm sorry to say that. So you have to be extremely careful, because 8th house placement is not a good placement, and you have to be extremely careful in terms of your health, or safe driving, not trying to do any adventures, any kind of adventurous sports like diving or bungee jumping or stuff like that. Don't try all those things, or mountaineering or rock climbing, or fast cars, or not taking care of your health, not doing your exercises, not eating your greens and proper diet. Don't do all that in this period, because Rahu is out there to get you, okay, as far as your health is concerned. And 8th house also may give you risks related, or not risks, challenges related to your own reputation as well. So you should also be extremely careful. No major ventures should be undertaking this during this period, okay? Very, very important. No starting of new ventures, and no changing jobs, no changing professions. Just stay put wherever you are. And of course, you know, prayers and remedies are there, you know, in this entire 18 months period, and that I'm not going to get into, because that is, the remedies are based on your individual birth charts as well. So I'm not going to get into that. You can contact a good Vedic astrologer, or if you people who do not want to go and take a professional consultation from a Vedic astrologer, you know, at least go to your local temple priest. Normally temple priests in India and even overseas, they have quite a good knowledge of astrology. So at least ask them, you know, this transit is going to be difficult, so what kind of remedies you can do. Also, you know, you could get into some kind of legal issues as well. That also has to be taken into consideration, that, you know, you should just keep your paperwork very clean, you know, and try to be, you know, as straight as you can in any kind of a business dealing, or any kind of a, you know, dealing which could get you in any kind of a legal hassle, so as to say. Okay, so these are some of the major effects which will be felt by Sagittarius moon sign people during this Rahu transit, which started from August the 18th, 2017 for the next 18 months. And also there could be issues related to sleeplessness also during this period. Just remember that this is a tough period for you. Expenditures are going to also increase manifold, so try to control your finances, try to hold on to your finances, try to control your expenditures, and any kind of expenditures which is unwarranted, meaning which, you know, kind of decorating your house or upgrading your house or buying expensive cars, please avoid that, because money outflow is, you will see major money outflow, and you will see your finances dwindle. So hold on to whatever finances you have. I've already talked to you about humiliation, I've already talked to you about profession, I've already talked to you about, you know, business, I've already talked to you about health. All these issues are going to be also adversely affected. Also challenges related to your marital happiness, okay, that also you should be very careful. Or also problems with your in-laws, you will see some kind of problems with your in-laws and marital challenges. So don't, you know, get into a confrontation with your spouse. Just, you know, take it easy, take a back seat. Understand that this 18-month period is very challenging for you, so you're not going to do anything silly or make a, you know, an issue or get into some kind of a major confrontation with your spouse. You know, try to be as cool as you can. Okay, also be very careful as far as the health of your mother is concerned, your relationship with your mother. You know, try to be as good and as compassionate and kind in your dealings with your mother, because she is also going to be affected by this Rahu transit in your chart. Interesting, isn't it, that your planets are going to affect your relatives? Yes, they do. So, you know, your mother is going to be affected, and take good care of her, and take good care of her health, and be very nice, compassionate, kind, and a good attitude, and keep a good attitude with her. Okay, at least for this, well, I'll recommend for the entire life, but at least for this 18-month period, which is going to be very challenging. So in case you get into a confrontation with your mother, just understand it's probably the Rahu transit which is doing that for you. Okay, now having said that, this challenging period also has to be taken not completely negatively, because you'll also have transits of other planets as well. Now, one thing I'd like to mention here is that if Rahu moves into your 8th house, then automatically Ketu will move right opposite to it, which is the 2nd house, okay, from your natal moon for Sagittarius moon sign people. So this is a double difficult impact, because Ketu's movement into the 2nd house is also not great for you, okay, because Ketu is also a major first class malefic. So it's like an axis, 2-8 axis, second house Ketu and the 8th house Rahu. It's going to be very difficult. So Ketu's aspect also has to be, Ketu's placement also has to be taken into consideration, which will be right opposite Rahu, and it is also going to affect you in several areas, like your wealth. You know, your savings may dwindle, problems in your job front, legal problems, litigation, enemies bothering you, okay, and also affecting your own reputation at work, and even reputation amongst the family members. All these factors are going to be extremely challenging. Like in that last video, we did discuss that for Scorpio moon sign people, that although for Scorpio moon sign people, Rahu is going to be transiting into their 9th house, but right opposite it to the 9th house would be the placement of Ketu, which will be the 3rd house from the natal moon, and that will somehow protect Rahu natives as far as the transit is concerned, because Rahu's placement into the 3rd house is going to protect this inauspicious transit for Scorpio moon sign people to a great extent, but not in this case. In this particular case, for Sagittarius moon sign people, it's going to be a double negative impact, because Ketu will be sitting in your 2nd house and Rahu will be sitting in your 8th house in this 18 months difficult transit, okay. But then once again, you know, look at transits of other planets, other 7 planets. If they are favorable for you, then of course, you know, many of the negative impacts of this inauspicious transit for Sagittarius moon sign people is going to be nullified or balanced to a great extent. So say for example, you know, other transits like Jupiter and Saturn, which are major transits, because they stay in one zodiac sign for a long time. If they are favorable for you, then they'll somehow protect you from this negative transit which is happening for Sagittarius moon sign people, okay. Also look at the dashas, which are the periods which are operating as per your birth chart. Look at it from your nakshatra dasha system, and you know, one of the popular nakshatra dasha system is the Vimshottari dasha, and also look at from the Rashi or the zodiac sign dasha system through Chara dashas or through Narayana dashas, and see how they are operating for you. If they are favorable for you, then they are going to protect you from this negative impact of Rahu's transit into your 8th house for Sagittarius moon sign people. But in case they are also bad, then of course the negative impact is going to be you know, double or increased. But don't worry, you know, there are remedies. Go check out with a good Vedic astrologer, or if not a Vedic astrologer, then at least your local temple priest, as to what remedies you can follow. So hopefully you did enjoy this video on Rahu transit 2017 for Sagittarius moon sign people. And in the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, there is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic on Vedic astrology in my next session very soon. Goodbye.